This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Overland Ember model 170 MBH. Okay, so this is not a floor plan or a sales video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So you got regular crank down stabilizers. This is a quick connect to connect an appliance, a griddle or grill, to the LP system. These are your built-in wheel chock, basically, so you can lock your wheels on if you're on a steep side of a hill or any place. You can lock them up really well. You have a power awning with LED strip. That is the vent for your range hood right there. Okay, this is a sprayer port hookup, and that's regular 110 AC. It's prepped for cameras. If you wanted to get a Furrion camera kit, it's prepped for a backup camera plus 2 side cameras. You could get that 3-camera kit, or you could just get the backup camera kit. It's up to you, or nothing at all. I'm just saying it's pre-wired, prepped for that. Okay, so there's your sprayer right there. This is your solar controller right here. So let me just, button B is the button that you're going to work with. That's the only one you need to really push. So right now we got 13.5 volt DC in the system. Push it again. We're gaining 1.0 amps from the sun and storing it in the battery, or in the battery. So keep that in mind. That'll change throughout the day. We're late in the day and the sun's kind of low, so nevertheless, that's the screen that tells you the amperage. Push it again and you got 100% charge. You have amp hours here. DC voltage in the system, 30.5, and 1.0 amps being gained and stored in the battery. Okay. It does a few more things. You can read the literature and learn as much as you need to about it. Okay. And here, of course, is your LP tanks, 2 20-pound tanks. Your battery is in here. This is your switch to extend and retract your tongue jack, like so. Here, this is your short cord right here. We're using a shop cord. This is the kill switch for your battery. You can shut it right off. And this is where you mount your tire monitor. You get a tire monitor in there in the trailer also that you can program. So keep that in mind. Now this trailer has a converter which converts AC to DC power, like most trailers do. It also has an inverter that converts DC to AC power. Right? That's where this operates. You put it here and hold it. You see the green light up. Right now the receptacles inside the trailer are being inverted, so you could plug if you had no AC power, you're just running off of DC power. If you have a small appliance, let's say an AC coffee maker, you could plug it into the receptacle and it'll work, because you're inverting the DC power to AC. Okay, you shut it off. You hold it for a few seconds to shut it off. There's no reason to have it running unless you're inverting power. Turn your tank heaters on here. This has heating pads on all the tanks, the holding tanks, so you can extend your camping season. Your dump valves, of course. This is for winterizing. This one here is your city water hookup. This is your black tank flush. If you're going to flush the black tank by hooking the hose of the dump station onto here, you want to always make sure your black tank valve is open before you turn on the water. Okay. And then that's to bypass your water heater. You also have these 2 valves have different configurations. Right now we're in city water mode, as you can see. So we hook the hose on there and we're all set. You can set it to fill the fresh water tanks. In case you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you can take the water with you. Turn on the water pump and then pump the water out of the tank. All your plumbing will work as though you have city water, even though you'd be pumping it out of the fresh water tank. Okay. This is the vent for your Truma water heater and furnace. It's a combo, or a combi, a Truma combi. Okay. on by. Your other wheel chock, this is a door here. And as you see, there's your backup camera there. It's also hooked up for an optional Lippert telescoping ladder that you could hook up there if you're interested in getting that. Okay? So let's go inside here. So we're going to go over this trailer with you when you pick up. I'm just sort of going over some of the issues, and we'll go over it with you also when you get here. Obviously, you jackknife this flat and fold the Murphy bed down, right? You reclaim the space during the day. It's a great thing. You can make a small trailer act like a large one. You have your TV here. It also has FM radio and Bluetooth and some other features. Okay. This is your Truma. We'll talk about that when you pick up. Like I said, it heats water. It gives you heat. It does a lot of different things. You can choose between electricity and gas. It's a really good system. Your power awning is right here. Never leave it out unattended. Your levels, of course, are here. Your lights, ceiling, awning. Your water pump is here. Use that water to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use it to winterize the trailer. More lights. Okay. Very simple. Your keys are hanging on your faucet there. You have a microwave that works like any other microwave. This is a range hood vent, or range hood fan that vents out the side. You have a 2-burner cooktop. You have to light the burners with a sparker. Your refrigerator is 12-volt DC refrigerator, right? Always travel with the latched on it. Also, while we're down here, we talked about inverting power, right? We talked about inverting DC to AC power, right? Well, this also goes the other way. It goes from AC to DC. So that's done here at the power converter. So you see, you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers here, like you'd see at home. So that's your distribution panel, as long as you're plugged into shore power. Then the power is converted to 12-volt DC over here. You got fuses and circuit breakers here. They're all 12-volt, and they're all labeled also. So that converts your AC to DC power. Also, it's a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery on the tongue has and needs, and it'll send as many amps necessary to keep it charged, as long as you're plugged into shore power. So it's a distribution panel. It converts AC to DC power, and it charges your battery. That's the power converter. I told you about the inverter, right? The inverter does just the opposite. It starts off with DC power in the battery and inverts it to AC power and sends the power to your receptacles. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector here. It should always be green. If it's not green, you need to get it serviced. It's obviously very important. Okay. So, toilet works like any other trailer toilet. It sits right over a black tank. So when you get to your campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll stand on the pedal, the flush pedal, and hold it down long enough to put at least a gallon of water along with the toilet chemical right into the black tank below, and you're all set. If you don't do that, it will be considered using it dry, and if you use it dry, it'll get clogged up, plus the smell will be terrible. This has another feature, which is an eco device here. This is your shower miser. So what this does is it circulates water around in a loop. And it does that while you're heating up the water. So therefore you don't waste perfectly good fresh water while you're heating it up. And you don't waste space in your gray tank while you're heating it up and just sending it down the drain. So it'll just circulate around in a loop, goes from here to the water heater to the water pump, around and around and around, right? Then it'll change, when it gets hot, it'll change color here. It'll turn a beige color, and you'll see it. Then you know the water's hot. Then you're just going to go to this position here, and you're all set. It'll come out of the shower already hot water. So you heat the water up without wasting any by sending it around in a loop. Okay? Alrighty. I got killed by hay fever. If you maybe you can hear it in my throat. You got a 3-speed fan here. Okay. Crank. The usual stuff. You have some storage under here also, right? This is your tire monitor. We talked about that. This is these are all your literature for all the different components of the trailer. This jackknife's flat here. This jackknife's flat, as we talked about. These are all basically lights and dimmers. The air conditioner has you operate it. The controls are right on the AC unit, so you got 2 fan speeds and 2 AC speeds and a thermometer, or I mean a thermostat. I'm sorry, no thermometer. So the rest is pretty much self-evident. Like I said, we'll go over the trailer with you. But this is something to kind of refer back to get you acclimated with it anyway. So keep in mind it inverts power, inverts DC to AC power. It has a solar controller along with a solar panel. I showed you the controller in the front side compartment. And you can see how many amps you're gaining from the sun, the amount of voltage, DC voltage in your system, all that sort of thing. And then of course it converts power on this side and charges your battery. So it does all that. And you have your emergency windows here. It works like all emergency windows do. Most emergency windows, you're just going to go like this, push it all the way through, then you grab hold of this tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape in an emergency. Okay? Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember to inspect your roof every 60 to 90 days. That's where the manufacturer states. You want to go up there, have somebody go up there and look at all the sealant, make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get through. Make sure there's no damage done to the roofing material or roofing components by, let's say, low branches or road debris flying up there. Just give your roof a good inspection and make sure everything's okay so you can stay ahead of any problems. You're just protecting your investment. You don't know what's happening up there unless you look. So every 60 to 90 days, give it a look over, okay? Right now, the antifreeze has been purged from the system. It's replaced with fresh water. You have a Thru water heater, which is also a furnace. So it's a combo. It runs on both gas and electric. We'll go over that with you also when you pick up, and you can also look at the booklet and look at the videos and that sort of thing. But it's a really, really neat unit, and basically it's all in one unit. So you don't you get rid of one appliance, so you gain that storage, for example. So it's a good thing. So okay, so we'll see you when you get here to pick up, and we'll go over things with you and get you all straightened out. Okay, thank you.